What is going on, my friends? We are just outside Tampa, running around picking up customers. Heading on to the next one here. We'll see if we got a reaction or ride along or something in between. Stay tuned.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Not too bad. I'm just waiting for my windshield to get done, and I'd rather be at home than here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Temperature feel okay for you?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I like Teslas. I haven't been in one in a bit.
You haven't been in one yet?
No, I've been in a few.
Oh, is that the electric Silverado?
I think it might
Hey, that looks kind of cheap on the front end. That's a little...
I've never been a fan of GM parts.
I grew up with more of a Ford-focused family, but I've always kind of had, I don't know, my inner rebellious nature that likes some GM products like Camaro and
Gotcha, yeah. I grew up
Silverado.
Mustang.
Yeah, I grew up around Mustang and F-150 as my primary two.
I didn't even end up liking any of them. I have a Chevy Silverado, but it wasn't like I really cared. I bought it because it was $1,400.
Yeah, my last truck was an extended cab long bed Silverado 2500 from 2004, and
that's the best years.
Man, I loved it. It was honestly a great truck.
That's the only years I buy. I've had a couple F-150s 2012 that just shit on yourselves.
Oh no.
And then like I ended up just buying the 2000 to 2006 Chevys.
Yeah,
and
that was a great era for the Chevy trucks. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah, I had a couple Cat Eyes, I had an Avalanche, and now I just have an 02 sidestep body.
Oh yeah.
And I got it like this kid didn't know anything about this car. He thought it was a 6-cylinder. It was his first car probably, and he's just like, "Well, I think the engine's blown."
Oh no!
He sold it to me for $1,400. He just did it. He changed out 6 coils, and he didn't change out the other 2 in the back, which were the ones that were misfiring. And I replaced all that. And the car just fired right up, and I was just like, well, what a lucky day for me.
Oh man, you just gotta know your basics of ignition.
Yeah.
You know, are you getting combustion, air, all of that, just run through the sequence.
Yeah, no, I just felt bad for him. I was like, damn, dude, this kid just sold this car for that. And I knew it wasn't the engine bad. I would have never paid $1,400 if it was. But
yeah, for sure.
I was just like, yeah, man, I'll give you $1,400 for it. And then I went home, Amazon, bought those 2 coils for like $20, put them in. And then it ran perfectly, and then I was like, let me just change all of them out. Paid another $40, got all the other 6. Yeah,
especially to have them all as the same, updated new, yeah.
And so yeah, I think I only got like $2,000 in that car now because I did a little bit of here and there just to be a little bit more to my standards.
For sure, yeah. But I'm kind of like that whenever I get somewhere I'm working on something.
Yeah.
I've always been a car guy.
I like the Plaid edition of the Model S's of these cars.
Oh yeah, it's kind of hard not to.
Yeah.
They're so much fun, insane power.
I've driven them once because I work for the dealers. I work for the auctions actually.
Okay.
So like sometimes these people want to they don't sell them, so they want to throw them on the auction. So they had one, and at the auctions we're allowed to test the cars a little bit.
Heck yeah.
So I just threw it on this one straight line that they have, a quarter-mile straight line, which anybody could really use. Even if you're a dealer, you could use it just to test the car out before you buy it.
Yeah, and I mean, also that'll for a lot of people will be a sales factor.
Yeah,
they get to experience that. I mean, yeah. Bam.
But cars like that, like high-end cars, they probably won't be able to. They'll probably have locked those keys up. But yeah, I had the code to open that up, and I pulled that car. I was like, holy shit, this is scary.
Yeah, honestly, I'm of the mind, being a car and track guy myself, that the average person should have a higher tier license to be able to have a car like that.
Oh, 100%.
Because that is, I mean, especially if you think about it, it's a Bugatti performance at, poor man's pricing. Mm-hmm. If you really consider, like, the kinds of cars that get anywhere near Plaid performance are multi-million-dollar cars.
100%. I wonder what's going to happen, though, because the EV market, for a few years was just not making it. Like, cars were just, they were trying to incentivize a lot of the EV market. Volkswagen couldn't get rid of a lot of their EVs from 23, so they had to incentivize them like $6,000. The ID 400s went down, the Audi e-tron went down in price. The only cars that didn't really get incentivized was Tesla, because it's it's the EV everybody thinks about.
Yeah, well, and they're also the only company that's profitable.
Yeah.
So, and they can do, not even intentionally squeezing the market, but essentially squeezing the market by dropping their prices, and then everyone else who's already losing money, they're going to be losing even more.
Yeah. So,
that's just the reality.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to happen, though, because I feel like, in my opinion, Tesla is just kind of bottlenosing themselves to a point that EV might end up causing the market to change entirely, where they may be the only EV market if like something like hydrogen combustion happens, not hydrogen power, but hydrogen combustion, which is being worked on apparently now.
We'll see. When you look at the actual physics behind that and the infrastructure need for that, it just bumps into that same realism factor.
Yeah, no.
You know, because the grid's already transitioning along with the growth of EVs, and depending on where you look, your data behind EV sales will change. You know, Tesla's still growing year to year, 400,000, 500,000 delivered.
My thing is, they definitely got to get those charging stations set up, because I went to a Wawa and I saw so many people waiting for those charge stations to get set up.
Yeah, since being in Florida, I haven't had to wait at a single charger. If I see people waiting like they are at these two, that's kind of like they're just being stupid. You could go right down the street to an open one.
Gotcha.
You know, or maybe stupid's a little harsh. Maybe it's just like they're not doing the extra diligence to look at what's available.
Gotcha.
I mean, because too, like if I navigate to one of these, it'll actually tell me and be like, and it'll suggest it in like yellow saying, hey, you should probably go to a less busy charger.
Gotcha. Okay.
But what I am glad that'll save the EV market from suffering too much more than it could is the fact that now they're all finally getting on the Tesla's charging network.
Gotcha.
Because these aftermarket, or not aftermarket, but third-party chargers like EVgo, Electrify America, God, they're horrible.
They suck.
And I mean, when's the last time you ever had to think about like, will this gas nozzle fit my vehicle? You know, you should.
I remember that was the biggest problem too. Was was that too?
A standard makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's going to be constriction in the market with EVs because of interest rates and economic standing far more than an actual demand on the vehicles themselves. Because
I mean, I wouldn't mind owning one. I just don't see myself. I travel a lot, so I don't know if I'm the right person for that car. And again, I don't know, because I never really took the time to see if the kilowatts or how many units I'm really using up and having.
Oh, totally.
You know,
it's kind of hard to do that too without kind of diving in, unless you're willing to like rent one for like a week on Turo, and then kind of test out that mindset. I can tell you, like, we took our Model Y from California to Florida and back with no problem a few times, and I just recently moved back to Florida after living out there.
Nice. That's crazy.
And I drive this thing, of course, everywhere.
Yeah.
And we never had an issue with charging, like as far as like finding one or needing to wait. That was easy. The only thing that kind of caught us off guard was factoring in time zone change for when we would arrive at our Airbnbs.
3 hour change.
But to a large degree, the range anxiety on Tesla's side's been largely solved when traveling.
Gotcha.
It just takes you kind of getting used to it. Because, like, if you got to really rush and you know a 10-minute stop is too much for you, then maybe it's not.
What's a soup charge take? Like, how long is it?
Well, when you're traveling, it's going to be around 10 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe 12, 15 minutes at the most. If you're trying to fill up, that's when it's about 25.
Gotcha. How so soup charges gives you how much battery back within those 10 minutes?
10, 15 minutes will give you over 200 miles.
Oh, wow.
Worth of juice on average, yeah.
That's not too bad.
This whole ride's actually been fully self-driving. What'd you think?
Really?
Like, I didn't do anything.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I had no clue.
It blends in so well now.
Yeah, because like my Subaru has like the self-driving, but you.
Oh, is it up here?
No, you were right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun talking to you, man. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Maybe you'll be the guy who picks me up if you're in the area for when I go pick up my car.
Definitely possible. All right, man. See ya. All right, now that was just a fun conversation in general, while FSD totally smashed that ride. Granted, it was a short trip, but that was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that too. Camera stayed on, which is really great. That was just a good general conversation where the individual just wanted more information, and I love that, because that is something that I can definitely do, and it gives them something a bit more to think about in that regard as far as travel and such, because there are areas with owning an EV that people just haven't been exposed to and may not know that, traveling long distances is not really a significant enough difference in experience to warrant not getting a Tesla or any other vehicle that can use Tesla's charging network. And I say that deliberately, because trying to do a whole lot of long distance travel without Tesla's charging network is going to be abysmal. It's going to suck. You're not going to like it. But in all my experience with traveling all over the place, and I mean, I essentially do long distance travel every day. I'm in Tampa now. I live in Haines City. I'll end up in Altamont Springs. I mean, eventually I'm going to go down and work in Miami. So I am also a living testament of daily, heavy, long distance travel use, as well as local. And I love being able to, give that information to individuals that haven't really been able to find that answer yet, and maybe even suggest ways to figure it out, like going on Turo, renting a car, and seeing like, all right, for a week, doing your daily thing with that car, is it something that, you could adapt to, or something that you would like, pros and cons, all of that. But without ranting too much more, I hope you guys enjoyed that brief conversation. I love that sort of thing, and I wish I had more customers that were more engaging and curious, but the average customer's, you know, just chilling, which is totally fine. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.